Hello there and welcome back. This is the difficult bit of the run. So Shap and say straight up. Potentially difficult island because we think brute archers coming to this island, and there are not a lot of high points to jump off, so we're going to be reliant on Bulger and his volley. Yeah, as I say, this is the hard point of the run because the last island that hopefully will... Here come the brute archers, so we're going to have to try and hide out of their way. Yeah, the last island with archers and swords and shields and no pikes is definitely harder. It's because we can't just... The reason is we can't just hide in a pinch point and just use our pikes to kind of funnel everything in. We're going to have to try and stay as much as we can. That's a horrible first shot from those brute archers. But hopefully we can clear them up and maybe even replenish here. I think we took a casualty. Yeah, we're gonna take this chance to replenish. That may seem overboard, but every little counts, especially when you have two heroes. So there we go. Yeah, as I say, that last island is going to be difficult. And we're just going to have to be bringing our A game along. I mean, I can't think of any other way we can do that other than kind of like trying to optimize, I guess, our fighting. Right, we want kind of like one volley here on the left, and then we want to move over to the right. So if you could actually fire, yeah, we could do a volley over to the other side if we can't clear anyone out. That might be our best option here. And then use our swordsman to clear up the rest. See if this volley gets her in time. It did. Okay, that actually went a lot better than it could have done. The volley, I was a bit worried it was going to land behind them, but it really did land in front of them. We've got a full... No injuries, so we've got a full unit there of swordsmen, so we didn't actually take any casualties. That was a really good volley, and it's already taken its chance to replenish. Now we're swapping over our archers. We didn't actually need to, but I thought they were going to get an axe throw off there, so that's why we were going to do that. We've got two boats now coming from the right. I'm thinking we'll probably be able to shoot these off if we get a good angle on them, but we can always pull back. Now, these islands are always a little bit more tricky than others, just because of the... Yeah, we're going to pull back. We just don't want to be caught on that ledge. Our archers are so important that we need to pull back. Now, we're going to try and clear the boat on the left and then move back down. There's brute archers coming for us. So we kind of want to get out of the way of them until they land. We don't really want our archers to engage. I don't know if we've got a volley replenished yet. It should be coming online pretty soon. Yeah, it is. So can we get a good volley here? We're going to probably want to charge our infantry across. Right, let's see if the volley can actually hit anyone. That was a really poor volley. Really poor, quite disappointing. I need to get past these shields so I can get to the brute archers. Oh, that was a bad... I think we lost about 3 guys into the water there. But we should be able to handle them. We'll use the Warhorns and call in some reinforcements. That's where the Warhorns really come in clutch, because final wave is now incoming. We've still got a Warhorn. We're gonna struggle to clear these boats on the left. We've got some more brute archers coming to the bottom. Can we get any? We can. That one shot or those 2 shots are such a big difference, and look how many brutes are coming. Right, and we've got no volleys. Okay, the brute archers need to shoot at our swordsmen, and our archers, we need to get them close. I don't like doing this because it makes us vulnerable, but we just need to get in there. That's really good. Okay, now let's get as many shots as we can. Right, so this is all about... we're not going to kill them all by the time they land, so it's about fire and manoeuvre. We want to draw them towards us, keep firing, get that volley online. Our swordsmen will not be able to kill these brutes, but they may be able to just hold their own for a bit. So we're just going to try and distract them, maybe call some reinforcements. And then the archers sat in behind, just knocking them out. We've got a volley, didn't even need it. Okay, that worked really well. That is a tactic that we can potentially use on the final island. Just with the shields in front, They're going to take less casualties. There was a lot of brute archers on the island. Yeah, our shields in front and our archers behind defending. I think that is potentially going to be the tactic we try to employ on that final island. Now it's almost in sight. We've got 17 upgrade coins. We can go to full level volley. And we're nearly at full level plunge. I'm actually thinking full level plunge is better. And the reason I say that is because full level plunge it allows you to kind of kill brutes, I think, sometimes at top level plunge. And so we're in the situation now, we only need 14 more coins. So the amount of coins we're picking up on these islands is going to be fine. We can kind of go either direction, it just depends which way we want to go. So whether it's holes Volmer or the other way. This is a relatively easily defendable island. There's kind of like 2 ways up into that high point. So I'm feeling confident with this one. It's a slightly weirder Warhorn that they're blowing there, but there's no brute archers here, so I don't think there's anything really to threaten us. Maybe a plunge attack from the off might work on these. Yeah, because we've got 3 boats we're having to deal with here. And that first volley didn't get any of the shields off. Right, I would like to start firing at that boat on the left. Maybe time for a volley. See, we fired that a bit behind where we should have done, but I think we'll be okay. And then we can do plunge attack. Using my shortcut keys there. Plunge attack on that second group. Okay, good. And as I've been saying before, with 2 heroes, might look easy, but one mistake and we'll be out of this. So we need to be on the ball at all points. We can't really muck about too much. Although with these archers you can kind of muck about a little bit. Right. Axe throwers to the left. I think the boats to the bottom are probably the threat, the bigger threat. I'd like to get like 1 good volley off and then move to the left with our archers. And I'm not convinced we're going to get there in time. So maybe we swap over what we're doing here. Send our infantry over to... We won't have a plunge. Well, we might have a plunge actually, looking at that. I think we'll just do it the old-fashioned way though. Go take the axes and then charge on in. Again, we've got a lot of enemies coming to the right-hand side here. And on these later islands, you obviously get more enemies coming against you. But our build is so strong that it's not really a problem for us at the moment. As long as we clear some of these boats, we should be fine. One more. There you go. Cleared that boat. Axe is dealt with. Jump on him. Again, these 2 boats, we're just looking to clear them. It's like candy from a baby with these archers. It's just so easy. Like a machine gun. Charging in, finish them off with our swords. We've got another group of boats. Well, actually, now we've got boats coming from 3 sides. This is not as easy. Maybe I'm getting a bit overconfident here. How do we deal with every boat? We can use that house as bait. Okay, but we cleared off that boat on the left, so we should actually now be able to clear the boat on the right. Yeah, in just 1 shot. And then we should be able to do a plunge attack. The final wave is incoming. I think we should be fine. We haven't used any replenishments here. I want them to offload that boat a little bit before we do a plunge. We don't want to plunge too early. We want them to kind of... Okay, not quite perfectly timed, but that's plenty fine enough. And we should be able to stop them destroying the house. Dual wielders incoming, but I don't think any of them will land. And we should be A-OK for this island. There we go. Nice. And that is 7 coins. So we are very nearly fully upgraded. So we're going to have top level fully upgraded dudes, which we never did on our previous playthroughs. So Pikes and Infantry, I never fully upgraded them. So that's a kind of weird, somewhat ahead in this playthrough. We've obviously learnt our lessons. Inchkeith, again, we're getting very fortunate. We've got no brute archers here at all. And there's not a lot of places that they can land. The main threat to us here is if we get 3 boats from 3 directions. But hopefully that doesn't happen too often. Right. We've got 2 boats from 2 directions to start off with. Should be able to handle that. Actually, no, there is a third one. Okay, we have got the 3 boats, and we've actually got 4 boats from different directions, but actually 3 of them are going to the same place. So we should be okay. We can possibly use a plunge attack on the boat on the right. Just depends if we want to use that or if we want to save it. Sometimes it's quite good to use a plunge, so like an ability early on, just because it gets the replenishment kind of going again. So it's already replenishing now, and by the time we have to use it again, I think we should be fine. So archers, I just want to try and clear this boat off if we can without them firing an axe, which we managed to do. There we go. And more axe throwers to the south or to the left. I've kind of started doing directions, if I can, to the bottom of the screen. That's better than the south, isn't it? Because south is illogical. Nice. Now axe throwers, we want to draw in with our swordsmen so they don't throw any axes at our archers. And these 2 boats might be slightly tricky to deal with. And I honestly do wonder if bad enough with 1 hero is possible. And I do think it would be archers with heavy weapons, but it might not be Ring of Command. I'm thinking potentially archers only. Oh, sorry, obviously archers with 1 hero. You could potentially go archers with a mine with heavy weapons. So that would give you, I think it would give you 3 uses of mines. Correct me if I'm wrong, it might be 2, but I think that would be 3 uses of mines. So for this situation, for example, you could set a mine on one side, you rely on your archery for the other side. Might be possible, might be very hard. We might have to do that with level restarts and just see if it's possible. Because it would need absolutely perfect playing. This is not ideal. But I think we'll use that house at the bottom as bait, and then we'll do a plunge attack. Or maybe a volley. Okay, that's good. And I think this is the final wave as well, so we should be absolutely fine. Could have even done a plunge there. There we go. Nice. And I believe that should be getting us to fully upgraded. Yeah, definitely. So we will have fully upgraded infantry. Now, some of you in the comments made some really good comments that I'm going to probably use on our next 2 heroes. And the comments you made were, when we have another hero on the island, what are the options? What could we do with them? One of you said, yeah, you didn't really think it was right to use them. That's a fair comment. So one of you said, why don't you wait for 1 wave to come in, and then we put that hero onto a boat and let them escape. I quite like that. I feel like that's quite thematic. Another more brutal suggestion, but again I quite liked it again, is why don't we just let them die? And both of them have positives about them. I like the fact that if you let them die, you don't have to deselect them every island, which is good. But they are, in essence, they will actually fight. If you let them die, they're gonna be getting involved in the fighting on the islands. They kind of are getting involved. If you make them run away, you can make sure that they're not involved. So, don't know really. Let me know in the comments what you would prefer. Whether we let 1 wave come in, like here, we could do this, and then we could put the third character on one of these boats to escape, to flee. I don't really do that ever, so it might be quite fun to do that. Or if you think we should just sacrifice them so that we don't have to deselect them on every level, and we'll see which one of you is more brutal and which one isn't. Right, we've got 4 boats coming from 3 directions. The dual wielders are going to be the biggest threat to us. But archers do just absolutely demolish them, so I think we should be fine. Let's charge in with our infantry on the right hand side. Now another one of you commented, and I think this was a fair comment as well, they said having Ironskin with the Warhorn is basically it's negating the strengths of your... Basically the Warhorn means you lose less men, and let's try and do a plunge here. Finish off. There we go. That was quite a decent plunge. It negates the use of the Warhorn because the Warhorn means that you can replenish whenever you need. But obviously with the Ironskins, you don't take as many casualties. And I actually think you're totally right to a certain extent. I do think on 2 heroes though. Well, no. The other point you made is you like your infantry to have good killing power. And I think you're right. In most scenarios, that's true. But I do think with this particular build, I think there's something to be said. Our archers are such good killers, if you want to put it that way. That basically I'm using like what do they call it? The hammer and the anvil here. I'm using the infantry to hold the line, and I'm using the archers to do all the killing. So I agree with your logic. But I actually think this is quite a strong build in this particular scenario. So I hope that makes sense, my logic behind what I was thinking with this kind of build. But I do think you're right. Normally if you've got Ironskins, you don't want to put the Warhorn on that character because they're just not going to lose an awful lot of men. That does make sense. Right, that was a solid victory. We haven't actually had much trouble defending the houses on this playthrough. Now, can we see the final island? I think we probably can, yeah. The last stand is in view, so we have 3 islands to go, and then we've got your last stand. Coulter, again, no brute archers, but we have got archers back. And archers are one of the units that we struggle with the most, particularly if they come with enemy units. I think on their own, okay, our infantry can deal with them, but if they're coming with other units, they do become a bit problematic. So let's see what we've got here. Straight away, just basic infantry come in. That's fine. Shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully there'll be minimal archers, but whenever I say that, the next load of boats are archers. So we'll see. There we go. Very good. Right. Next one's just another big boat of infantry. Again, we should be able to clear this up. No problem. I'm looking for the archers. They're bound to come. We've actually we're pretty fortunate that we haven't faced more brute archers, but we won't count our chickens before they hatch, because normally when you do this, you get a lot of brute archers on the final island. Again, they've just sent in regular infantry. We've got axe throwers to the north. I said the north again. Probably our swordsmen can handle them. I'm not moving them away yet. Just because I think we might need, we actually did need them to engage. I don't know if we'll be able to get our archers across in time. Can we get our infantry across? Maybe we do a... Maybe we do a plunge, or maybe we just try and rush in here. I think just rush in, save the plunge. We can use the plunge on this group. I say that we actually haven't got any high ground, so we kind of want, that's it, we kind of want to deal with the axe throwers first. Okay, come on, let's deal with it. There we go, good. We dealt with the dual wielder. I think we're just gonna jump. The plunge isn't going to actually hurt anyone here, but it's a way of getting down to the lower level quickly. And it dealt with the dual wielders. Okay. And then get our archers in play. Oh man, I actually lost that house. That was mega quick. I think I'd spent too much time faffing about trying to get that plunge attack on that dual wielder. I should have just gone for it. Okay, get the archers across. We have now got dual wielders with archers coming to the right hand side. So what we want is the archers to draw the fire. Sorry, the shields to draw the fire. That's not what we want. That was a mistake. Yeah, I took a casualty there. We're going to go around for the angle to see if we can deal with these dual wielders. Good. And then let's see if we can knock off these axe throws before they get to throw an axe. Okay. Okay, this isn't easy here, to be honest. We might get a plunge attack back. We have got a volley. We want an angle with our archers. Let's knock off as many of these shields as we can. Let's get the plunge right there. Right in the heart of them. That was a really good plunge. Now, for the volley, do we do it in front of us to defend ourselves? Probably would have been better, I think. But actually, as it... That was still not a bad volley. And this is the sort of situation like where one hero would be bad, because the archers do really struggle once an enemy has landed. Oh, well, we knocked him off the hill. Okay, we got a big boat of archers. That's a horrific boat of archers. We are going to take lots of casualties, and at the top, our archers are really struggling to knock off those axe throws. So we don't want to get complacent here. Okay, the axe throws did in fact get dealt with. And we can do reinforcements on these archers. It looks like this is the last wave. We've got no more enemies incoming, I think. There we go. Okay. So really good. We lost the house, but that was kind of bad, down to bad play more than anything. So very good. Philosopher's Stone, which we can't use. That would, if you don't know, give you extra coins for an island that the character has it on. And we've got 3 islands to go. Again, no brute archers, so we've got Swoon Scary. We've got High Ground here, which is decent. We are fully upgraded. Just checking that out. So I'm feeling confident. This should be okay. Just checking out, always checking out the topography of the map. Where could the enemies land? Where are they going to go? Have we got any pinch points? These ones can be a little bit confusing because you can see those gates on those doors. They can sometimes be a little bit misleading. Now, something I'd love to talk about is, what are your thoughts on a Bad North 2? Would you like to see a Bad North 2? I'd love to see a Bad North 2. I really would. I believe I read somewhere that the guy who invented Bad North, that he's kind of like, or the studio, I don't know if it's one guy or a studio, that they basically stopped. There's no plans to make a Bad North 2, but I don't know if we can start up a sort of a petition to try and make a Bad North 2, because this game is just so good. And I'd love to see a Bad North 2. What are your thoughts on what you'd like to see in a Bad North 2? What sort of changes would you like to see? I would like to see more different types of enemies, I think. And also I think you could have more unit types, because obviously you've got the archers and you've got the infantry, but maybe you could have a unit that's, I don't know, tankier, or maybe you get one that's like really into poisoning, or I don't know, if you could get towers, that would be quite fun, wouldn't it? If you could get kind of like temporary towers, or maybe if you could have, I tell you one I like the idea of, if you could have a home base. We're pulling back from those dual wielders. They kind of got past me there. Yeah, like a little base that you're upgrading all the time, and so you're capturing islands but building up a base, and the upgrades on that base would affect your characters and how you're doing in the battlefield. I think that'd be quite fun. And maybe like in the last mission they went and attacked that base, and you could maybe either invest into defensive things on the island or economy. I don't know. I think that would be fun, but you let me know what you think. Oh, that's a really bad volley. I'm gonna, hopefully, we've got 2 uses of our replenishment, so we're probably gonna need that here. I'm gonna take as many casualties as I can before I call a replenishment. I don't want to wait too long, but okay, here we go. And then we want to go down and we want to deal with those archers. They may well get a house, but it doesn't really matter. They are going to deal with a house. Okay, suddenly we're getting a bit overwhelmed. I got too busy talking about Bad North 2 and my hopes for that game, and I've kind of messed it up. Right, I do want a plunge attack here. We have still got another replenishment. Let's wait for these boats to land. The archers at least are not a massive threat to us. Okay, that was not the best plunge attack, but equally not the worst. Let's see what we can do. Let's get the archers involved. Actually, there is another boat coming. Okay, I really haven't played this very well at all. And that is the danger with being complacent. You can suddenly nearly die. I don't think we'll die here. I think we'll be okay. I want to deal with these archers. Come on. This is only the final wave. Okay, so this is very sketchy. Can we clear this? Oh, that's a bad shot. I really wanted to clear that boat if we could. I would like to replenish our infantry because they're pretty useless now. Okay. It's looking very bad. Right, let's swap places between our archers and our infantry. Let's use our shields in front. We have got a volley. That archers, those 2 archers there at the bottom are really doing my head in. Right, can we clear this boat from the left-hand side? I think we can. Okay, now it's all about the volley. We have got a plunge attack as well. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my shields to block the attacks. Okay, they're coming from 2 directions. Maybe I should have gone to the coast. Let's try and do a plunge, maybe. We're going to tank some axes in the face, whatever we do here. Okay, maybe like that we're okay. Right, I want a volley. That's one of the worst volleys I've done, but at least it's going on for ages. And, okay. I think we're okay. Our infantry are down to 2 guys, but the archers again have carried the day for us. We just shot them off. Wow, that was so much tighter than I would have liked. All from a bit of misplay. I think one or two missed plunge attacks just made that so much more difficult. We maybe wasted some replenishment, and maybe a good example of why you need your infantry to be a little bit better at killing things, because these ones aren't particularly good at killing things. So we've got Harsh Rock. This sort of island is normally horrible. Again, we don't need to defend houses other than a place to replenish. We have got brute archers, which I'm not happy about, because this sort of island is particularly bad for brute archers. Okay, straight away we can go to the coast with our archers, and we want to deal with probably the big boats first of all. They're probably more dangerous than 2 dual wielders. Okay, good. Then we're going to try and get rid of the dual wielders. Okay, I was hoping that one volley would be enough. Going to try to shoot from both sides and then pull back. Okay. Wow. Wow, that was so cool. As I ran past, we just absolutely cleared that mob. Okay, again, you can see the difficulty with this sort of island. You just can't double up. But thankfully our archers have dealt with those boats to the top, and then they might even be able to kind of sit behind the shields. Yeah, that was really good. I think that's a really good tactic. If you're ever struggling on that game, putting some shields in front with good archers behind makes a massive difference. We're dealing with the mass first of all, I think, here. So I'm always petrified about dual wielders. I think I'm becoming too obsessed with them. We could do a volley. Just hopefully deals with some of the infantry. And so then we engage our infantry, move up our archers behind. Okay, good. Now they've got infantry who are moving very close to... They're going to move close to our archers on their way in, and we may well be able to clear them out most of these before they actually land. Okay, now we want to move position. There's one left on that boat. No brute archers yet, but there are a lot of them now coming in multiple directions. Let's prioritise the most dangerous, which are probably these axe throwers and the dual wielders at the bottom. Let's keep our infantry close by. Okay. That's very good. Our infantry just need to hold position. Oh, okay, bad. Brute archers. Let's pull back. We want to be right out of the range of those brute archers. We've got archers to the top. We haven't got the volley. What's going to be a priority here? Can we put a volley on those brute archers? Or do we drop it on the archers? Okay, we're going to do a volley on the brute archers. Okay, we dealt with 4 out of... Yeah, this is a dangerous spot here. It's always dangerous and you can't freeze at this moment. Where we have to keep playing. So now we're going to do what I was saying before. Infantry are going to go in front. They're going to hold the line. The archers are just going to go behind. We're going to replenish. Right, so our blockers in front, our archers behind. Don't worry if we lose some houses. Our archers will do the killing. They just need to be kept safe. I think that house might go down to the bottom, that's fine. Again, we want to keep our infantry in front. Archers doing the killing. Okay, we've got brute archers, we want to move out of the way of them. Do not panic, just take your time. Keep your shields in front, archers behind. Shields in front, archers behind. And really concentrate on this. Okay, this is good. Get that killing done with the archers. Okay, oh, we need a replenishment here. We need those shields back in the play. Okay, they've landed with their brute archers. They're giving us some... We actually need to deal with the axe throws here because we can replenish. The brute archers will not be able to kill our houses. Maybe we drop a volley. Okay, we can replenish if we need. I don't think we need to. Get involved. Get a shot off. There we go. Woo! That was not easy. That was all about not panicking. You just have to not lose your head in that sort of situation where you're getting overwhelmed, and you also do not want to separate your units. You want to stay together as a unit. If you ever watch Gladiator, you know what to do. Stay together, stay as one. That is where your strength is. So before we get to Norby, let's look at the stats. So our Ironskin units have lost 98. Only a few more than our archers, who have done a lot of killing. That is big numbers. So let's go to Norby. Last stand. This is going to be the hardest of all the islands. Have a look around it. We've got this last house on a hill. That looks like the Alamo. We've got 2 houses to the left and the right. The house on the right actually could also be an Alamo if we need to pull back, but we will want to try to not pull back as long as possible. We need to use our archers on the coast. A lot of horns going off. Okay, what have we got? Okay, we've got axe throwers to the bottom, and we've got axe throwers to the top, and we've got brute archers. See if the archers can deal with these. The brute archers I want to charge in on with my swordsman, I'm thinking. Hopefully the archers can kind of come and support. We're going to rush in on the brute archers. Hopefully we don't take any casualties. I think we might have done there. Let's get close and let the archers take some shots if we can. Okay, we've got a boat of shields at the top. We've got archers coming right and left. Just need to focus here. I think we did take a casualty with our shields. Okay, that's a really good set. Some shots there with our archers. Enemy archers. I don't want to lose any casualties here. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was a bad use of our archers. We don't really want to be taking any casualties there at all. Let's move our archers over to the right hand side where we have these two boats incoming. So again, we're trying to stay on the coast as long as possible. I'm going to try and replenish. It's going to be so important to keep full strength if we possibly can. And I think we can get away with it here. Again, I'm waiting for this. This is gonna get out of hand really quickly. There's going to be so many of them coming. So far it's not been too bad. Okay, we've got 3 enemies coming from 3 sides. I want the dual wielders dealt with. Maybe we can do a plunge here on one of these enemy units. But maybe not. Maybe we don't need to. Can we deal with this boats on the left? Yes. Okay, now let's put our archers behind our shields. That's it. Just soak them up. Yeah, really good. Okay, that's a lot of brutes. It just says to me volley. That's a volley. Really important to get this volley right. We need to get this right. Timing, all about timing. Okay, that was really good. And now we want to just clear up one of these sets of boats. What's going to be easier to kill? What's closer? Difficult to tell. I think maybe we line up. Have we got a plunge? Yeah, maybe we do a plunge on the boat on the right. We need to make a decision here. Archers deal with the one. We have got a plunge. We've got more archers incoming. Not archers. Basic troops. We need this plunge to be timed right. And then the archers need to engage. Good. Okay, we've got an okay, archers did manage to engage there. I think we are gonna divide. Just because I think the archers are gonna be able to deal with the basic enemies here. Axe throwers incoming. Our shields should be able to deal with them. Now we've got lots of boats coming. We've got brute archers coming from the top side. What to do? No, we want to stay out of sight of the brute archers. Don't let ourselves get shot. I think I might have taken a casualty there, but I hope not. But I do want to. Maybe we do a plunge attack here on the brute archers. We could do that. Our archers are dealing with everyone on the right hand side. Oh, we actually haven't got a plunge attack, so we can't do that. Okay, I don't think this is a good moment for Warhorn. I think we're just going to rush in. Maybe we pull our archers back so we can fight together. We will use a Warhorn here once we take too many casualties. I think we have dealt with the brute archers. That house is now on fire. Okay, now we've got enemy archers come in behind. Okay, we're keeping the shields in front to soak up the. Okay, we can take a casualty. But again, we're using our infantry in front, our archers behind. Which the commander in. What's it called? In the Hobbit trilogy didn't seem to understand when the elf archers jumped over the top of the shields. But let me know in the comments if you get that reference. But yeah, archers behind, shields in front. We've got dual wielders coming. Oh, this might be a great spot for a volley. They're all getting stuck in that building up the top. Okay, let's see if we can get this volley. Is this a good volley? Oh, it felt like a good volley to me. Can we deal with these boats and get back with our infantry? That is the plan. Okay, dual wielders nearly landed. Please kill them all. Okay, we've missed one of them. Pull back. Kill him. Oh, that's not good. Okay, plunge attack. Infantry, I need you to kill these two. That surviving guy has gone to the top, please. I need the archers to do the killing on the ships. We have done a good job of staying. Okay, final waves incoming. Now we might. Okay, we've got two boats arriving from the top, which we've got no special abilities. We could use one of our houses as a. Just to buy us time here. These infantry. The other thing we can do is we can keep. Okay, yeah, our archers can fire from the top. And now we keep our infantry in front and our archers shoot from the side. I actually think it would be better with the archers. Okay, the volley's nearly back. Now we've got axe throws coming up. We nearly got a volley back. I want to fire a volley. Gonna drop it. That's gonna deal with some of them. That was a good volley. Now we've got to plunge. We can use it if we need. Actually, I don't think I'm in the right spot to use it. Give me a plunge. There he is. There's the plunge. Good. Very good. There we go. Congratulations, you survived the Viking Horde. So, we did it. It is possible to win the game with two heroes, with the archers and the infantry. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you thought of that defence of that island. And I'll just show you the stats once we leave this island. There's lots of dead boats there, as you can see. We'll have a quick look at the stats of our units. Lost 200 soldiers, killed 2,000. There we go. There's the stats for Bulgar. Our archers, 1,000 units. Just the basic units killed, and there's Birgit. So if you like this, leave a like, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you next time.